Hello and welcome to another episode of Metal Detecting with Lugnut. I don't have a detecting video today. Family, work, weather, and scouts have kind of kept me off the metal detector for a while, so I'm going to show you the items that I've been finding over the years in the 2 yards next door. I'm sure if you've been watching the videos, you've heard me mention the 1887 house. And there's a house across the drive from it, which is the 1861 house. Now, these houses were owned by the same family, and they are beautiful old homes. And they probably, I almost certainly, own the property on which I currently live. I've been pounding these houses for 2 years. And so the first year and a half before I started making videos, I made a lot of finds. Probably two of my best finds were in these yards and are not on video because I wasn't making videos at the time. So I thought I'd just go ahead and share some of this stuff with you here. And hopefully the weather will clear up and I can get out and do some hunting. So let's point down here at the box and look at some finds. So because the 1861 house is where I started, that's where we'll start this afternoon. The first things are some of my firsts. So there's my first pull tab, my first shotgun head stamp. This is actually probably the coolest button I've ever found. It almost looks like an acorn. Little round button. Good luck token, probably from the 60s. And this is a token, merchant's token from the teens for a clothing store that was here in town. That one's in a video. And we got my first, some firsts in the coin area. I did find my first coin in this yard. And as is probably not uncommon, as a wheat penny, it was of 1945. And then the oldest coin I found in the 1861 yard is this 1917 wheat penny. The coolest things I've found in this yard, and I have found tons of stuff, junk out the wazoo, but not a lot of really cool stuff. The cool things are some buckles. Now, that mangled one at the top here is a buckle, and it's really fancy. These people were well-to-do. This is a buckle here. You can see, like right there, there's the hinge, and there's the other one mangled up in there. I don't know how to straighten these kinds of things out. I would love to, because that's a really awesome buckle. This one too is super awesome. Look at how fancy that is. But it pales in comparison to the next one here, which is my best silver find to date. This is a sterling silver buckle, a woman's buckle. As you can see here, it says sterling right there on the end. And this is pretty much how it came out of the ground. It's never had anything on it but water and a toothbrush. Little bit of damage on the back, but that is sterling, and that is seriously awesome. It's hollow. It's not super heavy, but it's just beautiful. It's arts and crafts, which means it's probably late 1800s, and these others are probably similar in date. So that is just the coolest thing ever. All right, well, now let's take a look at the 1887 house finds. Let's start off with the relics. This was one of my earliest finds at the 1887 house. The alligator toy. And that is from a toy kit, either the Circus or the Jungle. And they were lead toys made in the late 1800s, early 1900s. He's missing a couple legs and part of his nose. But I found him in the driveway right where the steps start into the yard. Now this item, I still don't know what this is. It has a piece of crystal quartz in it. So that's kind of a mystery, but it's really cool. Somebody obviously put that thing in there. And there's the always saw. It had the blade when I dug it out of the ground, but the blade was pretty far gone. This is from the 30s. And they sell, I actually sell on eBay for about 20 bucks. But you get replacement blades and they swap out in here. That's really cool. Assortment of buckles. And again, these are just the best things. I have what I'm almost convinced is a watch winder. This is some kind of electrical fitting. This was in a video, or this was I found this the day I found the Indian head penny. That's just really cool. My first thimble, fully mashed, aluminum, from the 50s or 40s. A Dodge car chain key thing from probably the 60s. And then the one thing that I've found a lot of in this yard are makeup compacts. I actually found 4. The other one was pretty far gone. I didn't keep it. But these are in pretty decent condition, and they're all from the 20s and 30s. Again, I think the family was pretty well to do it, because this is really nice makeup. This one is really cool. It's Max Factor. All right, let's go to the coins. Here are the best of the coins. It took me a long time to find any really great coins in this yard. The first silver I ever had was the Jefferson War nickel. And the Roosevelt dime actually came fairly recently. Wee pennies I find in there a lot. That one's kind of old. That's a 1919 I found fairly recently. This is the Buffalo nickel I found pretty recently. There's the Merc from last week's episode. And that was so hard to see. That's the 1900 V nickel. And then down below here is the 1909 last year Indian head penny. That's the coolest coin I found in the yard. And that one is the oldest at 1900. But I mean, considering how old the house is, I never found a large cent or anything like that here. So coin-wise, it's not the most exciting yard. But again, 2 years of pounding, I managed to turn up some more, and hopefully there's still some more stuff over there. And now let me show you the 2 coolest items that I've found in this yard, and they both are firsts, and they are also very interesting. This is my first piece of silver. You can see it says sterling right on there. Also, if you look very carefully, see there's initials etched into there. There's the E. It's ETK. I don't know what it was from, what it came off of. It's hard to say. Hat band or something. I don't know what it came off of. That was my first piece of silver. I found it near the foot of a walnut tree in the side yard. And almost a month to the day after I found this piece, I found this. And that is a man's cufflink. It has the same initials on it, E.T.K. When I pulled it out from underneath of a magnolia tree, right near the walnut tree, it looked pretty much just like this. And it is exactly what it appears to be, which is gold. So that's my first piece of gold. I've never tested it to see what grade of gold it is. I really don't care, to be honest with you. It's obviously gold, and it's really beautiful. I've actually put it in the hand of the descendants, and had they had the other one, I would have given it to them. But they didn't have it, and they didn't even ask for it, so I still have it. It's just a beautiful piece of jewelry, and I'm sure that Eugene Thomas was really, really upset when that thing disappeared. It is slightly damaged. It's broken in the back, but it's just as cool as it can be. And he was a man of some note, because he was the first sheriff of our county. And they ran the first telephone line out of town, out to his house, so they could call the sheriff. But that's just a nice find right there. It's a beautiful relic. And I'm still thrilled about that. Well, that's about it. So I'll continue to hunt that yard and see what I can come up with. So please come back and subscribe and comment and like, and we'll keep seeing what's under the grass. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.